Well. Apparently, a new report indicates that Disney executives are panicked about all of the cancellations and the fan uproar over the removal of Gina Carano's Cara Dune character, potential recast as well. I don't know. People are talking about Lucy Lawless being recast. As far as I know, I didn't even know Lucy Lawless was still around. She's got to be like 100. I did like Xena. Um, uh, so I guess, I mean, I'm not going to watch a recast. I'm not going to watch the show anyway, but ultimately, interesting things going on today. Now, look, let me be very clear, okay? We're not going to, and I said this last night in the live stream, the point is not to quote unquote topple Disney. They have 95 million subscribers to Disney Plus. If 100,000 of us, simultaneously unsubscribe, they'll notice that, but it's not going to bankrupt the company. When you do things like that, like this, change who you buy your products from, because you want to buy from somebody who doesn't hate you. It shouldn't be about destroying their business. It should be about spending your money with somebody who values your input, who wants you to, who is interested in earning your business, just like I'm interested in earning your subscription. I hope that if you haven't yet, that you please click that red subscribe button down below the video. It helps so dang much. It makes finding my videos much easier since they're always buried in the YouTube algorithm. So I really would appreciate it. Also, you can follow me on Twitter. I have a Discord and a Reddit, which I'll plug at the end of the video. But so yeah, 100,000 people leaving Disney Plus isn't going to bankrupt the company, but it will hurt them. But most importantly, it should make you feel better about who you're paying your money to. And I'm told through several reports now that executives are very concerned by the number of people that have canceled. And today, Disney stock has plummeted down nearly 2% and continues to drop as the day goes on. Now, there's obviously a variety of reasons for this drop, given it did have a solid uptick yesterday after enormous returns. But look, eventually, people are going to go back outside and they're not going to need their Disney Plus. Look, if you got kids, Zach talked about this yesterday. I thought it was brilliant. If you have kids and you're like, oh man, my kids, you know what? Cancel Disney Plus for 8 months out of the year. And you have 1 or 2 months where you have it, and then they can watch whatever they want. And then the rest of the time, maybe, they can go watch something else or go do something else. Every little bit of money you keep out of Disney's pocket, and then you put in people's pockets that want your business. This is good. This will have an effect. Expecting it to topple Disney is what these pro-cancel culture leftists are using against you. They're like, well, you're one person canceling. You're not going to do anything. That's fine, but they're not going to get my money. And that's how you have to look at it. This on Pirates and Princesses, Disney execs reportedly shocked by Disney Plus cancellations. There's some really bizarre things going on at Disney today. I'm looking forward to getting them to you. I guess I should preface this by saying that the article you are reading will be somewhat based on rumor, although you can take a look at my track record when it comes to this sort of things. And they have been right about many things. After all, it was back in January, I reported the following to hundreds of thousands of Pirates and Princess readers. This comes off the heels of rumors that we're receiving that Gina Carano has been told to keep a low profile online, and she may have been instructed not to raise any additional controversial opinions in the public sphere. That was from WDW Pro. Let me tell you some more things we've learned in that span of time. Obviously, apparently, Carano's calls for election transparency were too much for execs over at Disney. More alarming is that we're hearing from solid sources that Carano was, in fact, fired yesterday after Lucasfilm had grown weary of waiting for her to screw up, so they used the Instagram post she had made as a smokescreen. There's more fallout there. You may have noticed Disney stock is skyrocketing as their Disney Plus subscription figures have gone astronomical. They have hit 90 million subscribers, and the revenue from that from the number of consumers per month is ridiculous. Disney will do anything to keep that number going up since the amount of power they can obtain through long-term subscriptions is ridiculous. If you think Disney has cultural influence now, wait till they have 250 million subscribers paying them money every month to babysit their kids. But the canceled Disney Plus started on Twitter over and over. Major conservative and moderate voices began calling for customers to cancel their Disney Plus subscriptions. These people with millions of followers. And the bizarre thing began to happen. Even that not even I saw coming. People actually did begin to cancel their subscriptions en masse. Well, we saw this with Netflix. YouTube channel Overlord DVD had begun reporting that Disney execs were taken aback by the number of people unsubscribing from Disney Plus in the last 24 hours. More concerning to them, they began to see exactly what people were saying about Disney as a company, and it was eye-opening. While the numbers reported to investors today did not reflect the losses the company had experienced in the latest call to action by customers tired of Disney's pattern of action, what Disney is seeing is the beginning of something that I can only compare to what occurred with Blizzard Entertainment when they showed Diablo Immortal. Indeed, well, we could talk about Blizzard, of course. And you see every single comment out. Disney Plus, special message from Brandy. Will there be a Uyghur Muslim at the ball, or are they currently being locked down by the Chinese? Tons of people. Every post they put is being flooded by people. These are literally the top responses on Twitter, a platform not known for an abundance of conservatives. Normal people clicking on this ad are seeing this. For Disney, firing Gina Carano may have been a veil tearing for average people to see what's going on behind the scenes. In the near term, Disney must consider that the huge increases they've seen in Disney Plus were largely driven by massive excitement over The Mandalorian and Luke Skywalker. Let me remind you that Luke Skywalker toppled The Office for most streamed thing in any service for December. This is almost an impossible task given that adults will turn on The Office and let it run while they sleep at night. And now Disney has basically ended their golden goose. If you did the accurate polling right now about The Mandalorian, the unbridled enthusiasm Disney was showered with has turned into disgust. Cara Dune was the second most popular character in the series after Baby Yoda. Don't be surprised if Robert Downey Jr. No longer has any interest in playing Thrawn. He's strongly against cancel culture. It's what happens when the mob tries to cancel you unsuccessfully. Don't be surprised if Jon Favreau joins Robert Downey Jr. Favreau also hates cancel culture. There will be no more excitement over Disney finding ways to retcon the sequel trilogy, using the veil of the Force, making Grogu be the reason Luke Skywalker turned into a contemptible hermit, etc. And then Disney Plus can go back to being a babysitting service with Mona and Frozen 2. This on the heels of another insider with a strong history of being correct in terms of reporting on Disney rumors. This from Overlord DVD, reporting that there is internal turmoil, that Disney is reeling from fan backlash. He reports, and I think you should watch his entire video because he does a great job laying it out. He's talking about his sources, which has been confirmed by as many as 3. And don't forget, this dude was 100% right about his leaks with the rise of the Skywalker and many other things. This isn't a we got this covered. This guy is connected. He said that Disney is panicking about the more enormous backlash. Disney is actually thinking hard about bringing back Gina Carano. Multiple sources have confirmed this. Kathleen Kennedy, it's reported, doesn't care for Cara Dune as a character, but because it destroys the narrative that Star Wars fans hate women. It makes her look terrible. Now remember, the Force is female, and all this Star Wars fans just don't like Rey because they don't like women. They didn't like Rose Tico because they don't like women. Never forget the unconditional love Leia's had for 30, 40 years now. But Cara Dune was probably close to the most popular character on The Mandalorian. Certainly as popular, if not more popular than The Mandalorian himself. Her toys were selling unbelievably. You couldn't get her pop figures. Everything's on the secondary market. Remember that this is a huge earnings machine, right? It's not just about viewership and subscriptions. It's about the t-shirts. It's about the merch. It's about selling the $300 articulating toys. This is all important business. They certainly did not want to, quote, fire her mere hours before their investment call. That's why the Lucasfilm person continues to be, quote, unnamed. He goes on to say that they may actually try to walk this back and say that well, this person, wasn't authorized to make a statement, and she's not really fired. We just haven't signed the contracts yet. I mean, they haven't even started filming The Mandalorian season 3 yet, which is not supposed to start filming for another couple months. So I don't know. Will anybody in Hollywood stick their neck out for Gina? Nope. But I do enjoy watching the Disney stock continue to go down throughout the day, and I hope it continues to. And I hope that more families realize that there are better, more thankful places to give your money to, should you want to do so. There are libraries in your local town that will let you rent movies for free. There are obviously creative ways you can stream different programming. There are a lot of different things you can watch instead of sitting your kid in front of Disney Plus, a company that hates you. Cancel Disney Plus. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon. Make sure you check out the Discord, the Reddit, my Twitter account. So many ways to connect with other people, all free to join, and I'd love for you to get involved. And all I want to do is remind you that I have a thriving Discord community I'd like you to join. I have a strong presence on Twitter Alternative Parlor. You can find me on Twitter, and you can join my subreddit. I'd love to see you on all 4 platforms. Links are in the description of this video. You can also support the channel by clicking that join button down below, becoming a member here on YouTube, or signing up at my Subscribe Star, which is also linked in the description below. Both forms of support go miles to support people like my wonderful editor, Sean. Or my wonderful thumbnail creator, Ben. You don't have to do these things or join these communities, but it would be neat if you did. Now let's get on with the video.